Hey, this is Phil Frost from Main Street ROI, and today I want to focus on an area of your online marketing that a lot of businesses overlook, and that's your customer value. Now, your customer value is how much money you make per customer on average, and that ultimately determines how much you can afford to invest to drive traffic to your website. So if you have a high customer value, you can afford to pay more to drive traffic to your website. If your customer value is too low, then that will limit how much money you can invest to drive traffic, and you won't be able to afford to pay to drive a lot of traffic to your website. So today I want to talk about when it's appropriate to focus on your customer value versus all the other options like focusing on your traffic or focusing on your website conversion rates. And I'm going to walk through a process that I use with my private clients, and it's based on the 4 pillars of online marketing success. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, this is going to look very familiar. And the first pillar is traffic. Traffic is simply how many visitors you're getting to your website on a monthly basis. And the second pillar is your conversion rate. So how many of those visitors are you converting to customers? So let's say you have 100 visitors to your website, and on average you can convert one of those visitors into a customer. Your conversion rate is 1%. And the next pillar here is what we're talking about today, and that is your customer value. So on average, how much money do you generate per new customer? Is it $100 or $500? Whatever that number is, that's your average customer value. And those 3 pillars right there determine how much money you make from your online marketing on a monthly basis. And you can calculate that very simply by just multiplying all 3 of these numbers, and that gives you your revenue. So you'll multiply how much traffic you generate to your website, multiply that by your conversion rate, and then multiply that by your average customer value, and that gives you your total revenue from your online marketing campaigns. And the goal here is to increase that revenue, so you can increase either one of these or all 3. Increase your traffic, improve your conversion rates, or you can increase your customer value. So those are the 3, really the only 3 areas to improve your revenue. Now, there is a 4th pillar to online marketing success. I'll put that over here, and that is tracking. None of this is possible. You can't calculate traffic, conversion rate, or value without proper tracking in place, and that is absolutely critical to online marketing success. So while these determine your revenue, you can't optimize any of them unless you have tracking in place. So today, again, we're going to talk about when to focus on improving or increasing your customer value. And there's 3 criteria that you want to look at. This may look familiar. This first one here, if you've seen my previous videos, you first want to look at whether or not you're driving traffic to your website. If you're not driving any traffic, traffic's your #1 priority. And you also want a diverse source of traffic. So if you only get traffic from SEO, or you only get traffic from Google AdWords advertising, then you have all your eggs in one basket, and you really should diversify and focus on getting more sources of traffic. But if you do have traffic to your website and it's coming from a diverse source, then you may want to focus on your customer value. So let's look at the second criteria here. The next thing you want to look at is what's called your EPC, or earnings per click, which is just how much money you make for each click to your website or each visitor to your website. And it's very, very easy to calculate this, assuming you have proper tracking in place. You'll just multiply your conversion rate times the average value. That's your EPC. So I'll give you a very simple example here. Let's say your conversion rate is 1%. On average, if you get 100 visitors to your website, you'll convert one of those to a customer. Then your conversion rate is 1%. And let's just multiply that by a customer value of $500. And in this example, your EPC would then be $5. So that means you can afford to pay up to $5 to drive someone to your website So as you can see, that limits what you can afford to pay to drive traffic to your website. If you can increase that number to, say, $6 or $7, now you can open the door to more advertising opportunities. So if you're looking at Google AdWords and the cost per click on a keyword is, say, $6, you know you won't be profitable paying $6 because you only make $5 per click. So if you can increase that to $7, now you can afford to go after that keyword and drive even more leads into your system and more sales, increase your revenue. So that number right there, your EPC, limits how many opportunities you have to drive traffic to your website. So the criteria here, if this number is limiting how much traffic you can get, then you may want to focus on increasing your customer value. If it's not, if you go look out in, I'll just use Google AdWords as the example, or say a partner offers to send you traffic and they want $3 per visitor, you can afford to pay that. So don't focus on your customer value right now. It's a no-brainer. Go focus on traffic. So if you can afford it, focus on traffic. If you can't afford it, then it's possible that customer value is your bigger opportunity. And the third criteria here is that you have opportunities to increase value. So if you have opportunities, and for example, you can increase the prices of your product or service, that would increase the value that you generate per customer, obviously. If you can add upsells, now if right after someone makes a purchase, you can offer them something else of value. Maybe you could offer them to automate the process for them, speed up the process for them, offer some kind of insurance or maintenance type deal on a monthly basis, continue to improve whatever it is you're offering. Whatever you could offer there as an upsell on the back end, that will increase your customer value. Another area is referrals. If right now you don't have a customer referral system, then you have an opportunity to increase your value by introducing a customer referral program. If every new customer that comes into your system then refers another customer, now one customer is really worth two customers. So you've instantly doubled the value. So now you've gone from $5 to $10 EPC. Now you've opened the doors. You really have a lot more options to advertise, drive even more traffic, more revenue, more profits. So again, if you have multiple sources of traffic, you're getting traffic from multiple sources, and your EPC is limiting you right now, you can't afford more traffic, and you have opportunities to increase the value either by increasing your prices, by introducing upsells, or introducing a referral program, then you really should focus on increasing your customer value with these three areas here. Now, I hope you got a lot of value out of this exercise. Again, this is the same process that I use with my private clients. We go through this on a monthly basis to determine right now what is your biggest opportunity in your business to increase sales from online marketing. So if you got value out of this and you want to learn more about a new program that I put together, then email breakthrough@mainstreetroi.com. And this new program is called Marketing Breakthrough, and I'll work with you personally to go through this process on a monthly basis and identify your best opportunities. And not only that, I'll help you execute on them. So if we go through this and we determine customer value is your biggest opportunity, then I'm going to show you exactly how to test different price points, how to split test, how to introduce upsells into your system and when to introduce those upsells, and how to create a customer referral program and what's most appropriate for your type of business. So again, if that sounds like something you're interested in and you want to work with me personally on a monthly basis, then email breakthrough@mainstreetroi.com, and we will reply with all the details. We'll reply with an email listing out all the details of this program, and then the next step would be to schedule a 30-minute one-on-one consultation with me, and I will go through this process on the phone with you, specifically focused in on your business, focused in on what are your best opportunities. Ultimately, at the end of that call, my goal is to have a marketing plan for you so that you know what are your biggest opportunities, and then if you want to move forward with the program, the next steps would be to actually execute on that marketing plan and on the tactics that I go through on that call. So email breakthrough@mainstreetroi.com, and if it's a good fit, I look forward to speaking with you soon. All right, take care.